Welcome to this video on TestBus Certification Framework and Advanced Certification Models and Processes of Cumulus FP7 project. In the following, we will show how advanced certification models are managed by the TestBus Certification Framework to address special needs of cloud environment, like testing different cloud stack layers or handling cloud events such as VM migration. Our reference architecture is composed of the Cumulus dashboard, where users can interact with the whole Cumulus framework, the Cumulus certificate repository that stores all the Cumulus certificates, the test manager module that manages the certification process and its results, the test agent that execute the requested testing activities on the VMS hosting, the Wolite Cumulus Pilot. These VMS are identical and are deployed on two OpenStack installation. Test agent can communicate to Cumulus certificate repository in order to retrieve Cumulus certificates. The two OpenStack deployment have been already tested for the property storage confidentiality. The relative certificates have been stored in the Cumulus certificate repository. OpenStack 1 satisfied all the requested features. Indeed, it has obtained an issued certificate, while OpenStack 2 was not fully compliant to the certification requirements due to some changes occurred in its configuration after the certificate has been released, and thus the certificate is in revoked state. As we can see from the Cumulus dashboard, the two certificates are stored with the status of issued and revoked with ID for OpenStack 1 and ID for OpenStack 2. Let's consider a simplified situation where we want to certify the Wolite VM for the property data leakage prevention. The certification model for such property requires that the data are provided over an encrypted channel and that the OpenStack hosting the VM is certified for storage confidentiality. The certification model contains two collectors, cChannel and cCertificate. We get such certification model from our online repository and we load it into the dashboard. Now the Centimeters is available in the Cumulus ecosystem and ready to be turned into a certification process. As we request the certification, immediately a certificate with a not issued state is released by the framework. The test manager receives the command of executing the certification for the requested certification model. It analyzes collectors and test cases and sends the needed information to the test agent, which will run the tests. The test agents send back the result of each test cases as it is accomplished. The first result comes from the cChannel collector, and even the result is positive. The test manager doesn't have all the information in order to evaluate a certificate state transition. As the cCertificate is returned, the test manager can evaluate the whole evidence and turn the certificate into the issued state. Let's see the operation executed by the test agent about checking the channel and retrieve the certificate from the Cumulus certificate repository. Both collectors are positive. Hence we can see in yellow on the dashboard the certificate in the issued state. Let's consider now a typical cloud event, a VM migration. The Wolite VM migrates from the OpenStack 1 to OpenStack 2. The VM is still exactly the same, but the infrastructure manager could not satisfy the same characteristics the previous had. Due to this fact, the new certification model differs from the previous one only for cCertificate collector that doesn't refer anymore to OpenStack 1 but to OpenStack 2. The new certification model is uploaded to the framework through the dashboard, and the test manager recognizes the update operation and compare the previous certification model with the new one. It detects the changes and it sends to the test agent the command to execute only the cCertificate collectors. This process is called incremental certification. The new operation returns a negative response that forces to revoke the certification. From the test agent log we can see the previous three operations required by the old certification model and the new certification model. The cChannel is still true from previous testing operation, while the cCertificate returns false. Due to the certification life cycle, the certificate state changes from issued to revoked. We can check the new status on the dashboard retrieval page. Thanks to have been watching this video.